What's up, sneaker people? It's your boy FB Kicks and Gear, and I am back with yet another update to my ultimate legit checking guide for the Travis Scott Jordan 1 Low Fragments. Man, I don't get tired of saying that. But yeah, so I've got the latest and greatest, most updated GD 2.0, 3.0, whatever, point oh slash whatever name the actual batch is. I will put all their information up there so that you guys can seek out whatever you got to seek out to do your own research. But I have the latest and greatest of the Fragment lows, and I'm going to say it. I think finally I'm going to say it. I think this is the pinnacle. I don't think it's going to get any better than this. It's not 100% perfect, but it's like 96% perfect, and that's as good as it needs to be. You will, in my opinion, definitely need an authentic pair to be able to tell these apart nowadays, which is really important in my opinion. You need to be able to have access to an authentic reference in person, not legit checking via Reddit or whatever. And I know for a fact there are people in my comments that say that they get shoes legit checked all the time by just swapping out pictures of authentic shoes' box label and the inside stitching. So you need an authentic pair, whether that is at a local shop, you're buying it, borrowing it from your friend, or you're actually going to pay for your own pair. You need an authentic pair to be able to tell these apart now. So I'm saying that right now. All the materials are identical, all of them, 100% identical. The uppers are the same. Obviously my authentic pair is worn, but the leathers are the same. That white leather is the same. The black leather is the same. Even the blue leather. More or less the same, with a very, very minor color difference in the color of the blue on the authentic pair here on the left and the color of the rep pair on the right. And this is why I'm saying you need an authentic pair nowadays, because the only way you're going to be able to tell these shoes apart now is by color matching. And that is 100% the truth, unless you're a legit checking savant. So let's just go through the steps that I like to look at when I'm doing my legit checking, and I'm going to emphasize why you can no longer do these legit checks via pictures, because someone who is dishonest will fool you on this. First things that we like to look for is that toe box shape. We like to see the bulbous toe box. You see it on the authentic pair, and rep pairs have more or less gotten it down. I see it, it's bulky, it's not coming up too high to the top of the toe box. It's bulgy, it sticks out, good. That is something that a lot of lower class and even some higher tier reps, they don't get it right. Toe box shape, in my opinion, isn't really that important if you are buying these knowing what you're buying and you know you're not getting an authentic pair, which is fine, but that is the truth. This actually gets a pretty good toe box. It's not too slim like you usually see. It's shaped like the authentic pair. Fantastic. The tongue tag, and this is the one that we like to focus on. I've always said that one of the easiest ways to legit check a pair of Fragment 1 lows, especially with 90% of the other batches that don't get this right, is to look for a Nike tongue tag. If your shoe is size 11, maybe even 11 and a half and below, you will, on the Fragment design tongue specifically, you will see the proximity of this very, very, very close to this. This is what you'll normally see on other reps that are high tier. This is an LJR batch. This is what you normally see. There's a gap here. It's not a huge gap, but it is a gap, and it's consistently not on authentic pairs, specifically for sizes 11 and below. You're always going to see, when you fold it out like this, you are going to see a gap. This is an example of what it's not supposed to look like for the majority of sizes. I know it looks insignificant, and there are people that get fooled because when you look at it from this angle here, you still see a gap. But when I'm specifically talking about the gap, you're gonna see that the corner of the tag should be damn near touching this, right? So on the authentic pair, you may see a little bit of a gap when I pull it like this or whatever, but the corner of the Nike Air tag is damn near overlapping with the Fragment design. And on this rep pair, they got it right. It's fantastic. Look at the proximity. Almost ignore the gap, but look at where the Nike Air tag comes in contact with the Fragment design. This is right. This used to be one of those things that I used to go with pretty often. It was usually a pretty good tell, and it still is, because there are a ton of batches that don't get it right, but this batch does. So unfortunately, it's not something that you can use for those purposes, and it has it on both tongues just like mine does. The Cactus Jack side can usually vary, but there it is. This looks good. Not a legit checking indicator anymore. The last thing, or at least one of the last things that I generally tend to look at now, is the colors on the reverse swoosh. And this is where no batch gets it right. Not a single replica batch gets this right, and it'll always be the reason why. This will probably be the easiest way to be able to tell if you're looking at a fake pair. If you have your authentic reference, these colors will never match on the reverse swoosh, ever. Not once. I've not seen a single batch that gets this right, and that's okay. I'm not saying this is a major call out, especially if you don't have an authentic pair to reference, but this is why you need an authentic pair, because the only way you're honestly going to be able to tell the difference is with these side by side right here. Even the soles are starting to get closer in color, which is scary. In person, there's still a slight difference. The rep is a little bit darker, even though my authentic pair is worn. The rep is a little bit darker, but they are scary close. Finally, now I hope they can take these soles and put them on the other batches of Travis Scott Jordan 1, like the OG highs and lows. Actually, I don't wish that, because that is not a good thing in my opinion. They should not be identical. You do want to be able to legit check if you want to legit check. So, but they're finally getting closer. There's a very, very minute difference in the blue leathers. The authentic pair is a lighter, sportier blue, while the rep is a little bit darker. And you can see that in person. But these are no longer something that I think I'd be able to call out in the streets. And it would be very, very difficult to legit check without that. But other than that, we can take a look at the Fragment design text here. What it should be, it should look like this. It should be bold. It should not look super neat. And on the rep pair, it's still relatively thin in comparison. This actually might still be a pretty good legit checking indicator when purchasing, and at probably something that I would still look at, because obviously they honestly visually look pretty different. So focus on that where you can't focus on the Nike Air tag anymore. Focus on stuff like this. And other than that, let's see how they pass the midsole test. So the midsoles are definitely a little bit softer than the authentic pair. The authentic pair is definitely sturdier, especially in this area. Yeah, this is definitely a little bit softer. I've worn reps. I've wear tested reps that have softer midsoles. It's not really something that you will notice on foot, but it's a good legit checking indicator. They should not be as flexible as they are here. But other than that, we're like 98% of the way to the point where this shoe can only be legit checked in person. You've still got some key indicators like the text here where it should be a little bit, it should be bolder, obviously, and I talked about this already, but it should be bolder. But other than that, colors are so close that you should see it in person. Shape is getting there to the point where you should see it in person. And yeah, the reverse swoosh, same thing. Even I, after staring hours and hours and hours at authentic pairs, even I would have to pull out my pair to be able to compare this. And you do have a slight difference in the color of the outsole, but that kind of comes with the territory. Plus mine is a little bit worn as well. But yeah, guys, that's pretty much it. This GD batch consistently gets a solid 9.5 out of 10 for me. To the point, like I said, I would need them in hand to be able to start legit checking them at this point. So if you know, and I know someone's gonna say, can we see the back? Can we see the embroidery? I don't like to focus on the embroidery because that is one aspect of these shoes that can change very, very, very much. More or less look the same in my opinion, but let's take a look at the other. Especially on this Wings logo, they consistently look like garbage on the authentic pair, so I don't really hold them to a high standard on the reps either. So more or less, that's where we're at. But yeah, guys, that was the comparison. I'll leave Coco's information here. Do with this information what you will. Please continue to do your own research. Don't blanketly accept that a rep is perfect. Don't blanketly accept that retails can only look one way or they can look every way. That's why I do these videos. And with all that said, guys, I'll see you in the next one. Peace.